Okay, ma. Good afternoon, all of you. Only 3 members are there. Okay. So today topic is about the pollination and reproduction in plant breeding, ma. So this topic is important for the call competitive exam, ma, because they will ask some questions about what is the dioecious and monoecious, and what is the example for the monoecious and dioecious, and they will ask about also on mechanism promoting the pollination and self pollination mechanisms promoting the cross pollination. So these are the important for the examination purpose also. Examination purpose also, no? So so this is the basic topic, ma, but important for the examination purpose, and maybe you will confuse about the about this topic, because the basics are what are the example for the rhizomes, what are the example for the tubers. So sometimes they will ask like basics I have seen in IFCO exam, IBBS and NSC exam. So that's why this topic is important for the examination purpose, ma. So today we will see. So generally the reproduction means the one in first we will discuss about the modes of reproduction and apomixis, and then we will discuss about the pollination and the mechanism promoting the pollination, if we are having the time. First we will discuss about the mode of reproduction and apomixis. uh, Modes of reproduction, there are the two types of modes of reproduction. First of all, the reproduction means if you take the any individual, that individual will give the identical copies of the identical print of the same type.
Mallikarjun, just a minute.
Sir.
All of you completed that reasoning videos what I was given last week. Yes, Swati.
Yes, sir. Completed, sir. Reasoning
Nandini?
and quantitative completed, sir.
Whatever I was given today, you will complete as early as possible. Then from first of December up to your prelims, we have every alternate day or every third day we are going to conduct 15 mock tests for prelims. So be ready for that. Okay, and try to attend all the classes. Okay, thank you, Mallikarjun. Continue. Sorry for
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So the reproduction means if we will take the any individual, that individual will give the will give the same type. So that is the reproduction. It may be different method. The reproduction will happen in different methods. They are the first one is sexual reproduction. All of you know what is the meaning of sexual reproduction. Reproduction means here the presence of the fusion of the male and female gametes. So in sexual reproduction you can see the formation of the male gamete and female gamete. Coming to the male gamete, it is the pollen grain. Coming to the female gamete, it is the embryo shock. And zygote also will form in sexual reproduction, and that zygote will develop into embryo, and that embryo will grow into the individual, will grow into complete individual. That means that embryo will use the complete man, and that embryo will give the complete rice plant or complete wheat plant or anything which are following the sexual reproduction. That means in sexual reproduction, male and gametes will form and zygote also will form. Coming to the asexual reproduction, the asexual reproduction also divided into the two types: vegetative reproduction and apomixis. And in lower class, from 10th class onward, you also read about the vegetative reproduction and types of what are the types of vegetative reproduction. In UG also you read that one. And coming to the apomixis, this one is very important for the examination purpose. Now, the types of apomixis, that means what is a parthenogenesis, and apospory, apogamy, so adventitious embryony. So these terms are important for the examination purpose now, for the IBBS also. So in vegetative reproduction, there is no, the difference means here sexual reproduction, the male and female gametes will form and zygote also will form, and that zygote will grow into the embryo. That embryo will differentiated into the complete individual. But in vegetative reproduction, there is no formation of the gamete, and there is no formation of the zygote, and there is no formation of the embryo in vegetative reproduction. That comes under the asexual reproduction. But in case of the apomixis, embryo will form. Zygote, the gametes will not form, and the zygote will not form, but embryo will form. How means we will discuss. The first one is sexual reproduction. I already told what is mean by the sexual reproduction, but here you can see the in sexual reproduction you can see the different types of the flowers, and different flowering systems in you can see in different flowering system, you can see in different crops. These are important for the examination purpose. Sometimes they will ask the both staminate or male or female flower present on the same plant. So what is the meaning, what is term you will give that that means if you take the plant, that plant having the both male and female flower in same plant, and give the example for the that type of the plants means these are the monoecious plants. That means if you see the bisexual or perfect or hermaphrodite flowers, in these flowers only one type of flowers is present. In that flower, male and female organs both are present in the same flower. Bisexual, perfect or hermaphrodite flowers. In such cases, if you take the rice, wheat, jowar, so in this type of the crops, you can see the bisexual flowers or perfect flowers or hermaphrodite flowers. Most of the crop plants having the hermaphrodite flowers, so or bisexual or perfect flower. So in this type of the flower, each flower having the male and female organs. That means each flower having the anthers and stylma or corolla, stamens and corolla. Coming to the staminate flowers. Staminate flowers means these are the male flowers only. That means this flowers having the only anthers. This flower doesn't have the style stigma like corella. So this flowers having only the stamens. So that type of flowers present in in crops like mango, in most of the fruit crops, and cucurbits ma. In cucurbits also this type of flowers you can see ma, staminate flowers and pistillate flowers. Pistillate flowers means um, only female organ presence. There is no absence of the male organ. That means only pistil is present and stamens are absent in pistillate flower. This both are, you can see the flower fruit crops ma, fruit crops, and in cucurbids ma. So in cucurbits and fruit crops, you can see the separate male flowers and female flowers. That means separate staminate flowers and pistillate flowers. And coming to the monoecious flowers, monoecious crops, and this is the repetitive question ma. They will ask like example for the monoecious crop. Which of the following crop is example for the monoecious? Monoecious means the example is maize, colocasia, castor, and coconut. What is the meaning of monoecious means? Both and staminate and pistil flowers occur in the same plant. So staminate flowers means that flowers having only the anthers. Pistillate flowers means that having only the style or pistil or corolla. Sorry, not corolla. Sorry, pistil ma, pistil. So the present the staminate is present. The staminate flower or the male organ present in separate flower, and the female organ present in the separate flower, but both flowers are present in the same plant. Both flowers are in the same plant is called monoecious. But in case of the bisexual, the both organs, male and female organ present in the same flower, that is a bisexual flower or perfect or hermaphrodite flower. But in case of the monoecious crops, in the same plant you can see the both male and female flowers ma. The best example is maize ma. In coconut also you can see ma, but generally we will see in the maize, the maize having the two types of the inflorescence. One is the tassel, another one is the silk. The tassel is present in the top position of the plant ma. That top position of the plant, that tassel will split into the different branches. That means the male flowers are present in the different branches of the tassel ma. So in maize, the male inflorescence is tassel and female inflorescence is silk. Silk you can see in the bottom or bottom of the crop plant ma, or middle of the lower the middle of the plant, and that silk will give the cob ma. And the pollination is cross pollination. So the best example of the monoecious is maize, colocasia, castor, coconut. You should remember this example ma, because in examination they will definitely ask this question. And dioecious. Dioecious means the male flowers and female flowers are the staminate and pistil flowers. The staminate and pistil flower is present on different plants. So if you will see the if you will take the any plant, that plant having only staminate flowers, that means having only male flowers, that is called dioecious plant. That means the male and female present in different plant is called dioecious ma. So die means the male, die means two. That means the male and female are present in two different plants. So that's why the term they were given the dioecious. And if you see the monoecious, that means mono means one. So in one plant both male and female flowers are present. So example for dioecious also very important for the examination ma. That is the one is papaya, date palm. So in examination also they will ask papaya is example for monoecious, dioecious, or bisexual flowers, or hermaphrodite flowers means dioecious flowers. So these two are very, very important. Example, the meaning of monoecious, and example for the monoecious, the meaning of the dioecious, and example for the dioecious. So these are important for the examination. And steps in the sexual reproduction means the process of the microsporogenesis, megasporogenesis, and microgametogenesis, megagametogenesis. These are the basic procedure and basic mechanism, as all of you know. So there is no need to explain about this one, but I will give the superficial information about that one. So sporogenesis means the formation of microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. Microsporogenesis means in anthers. It will happen in anthers. So microsporogenesis means male spore production of the male spores. So this the male spores are the in plants. The male spores are pollen mother cell. These are the male spore cells. And megasporogenesis means the development of the embryo shock, the development of the embryo shock from the present in the vulva. So here you can see the both micro and micro gametogenesis and sporogenesis. The anthers, in anthers, in stamens, the anthers and filaments are present. Then in anthers, they are the tissue present in this anthers is that will converted into the pollen mother cell. The tissue in present in the pollen sacs. These are the pollen sacs. Each anthers having the 4 pollen sacs. Pollen sacs. This in each pollen sacs, there the so many cells are present. In each cells converted into pollen mother cell, and this pollen mother cell will after the mitosis. Sorry, after the meiosis, it will give the pollen grains. So after the division of the meiosis from the pollen mother cells will form the pollen grain or pollen. So when the pollen will release, it means during the after the formation of the pollen grain from the pollen mother cell. Here you can see pollen mother cell. So here you can take the you can see the you can by the taking of one cell of the pollen mother cell in first mitotic division, because the mechanisms are useful for the production of the gametes is mitosis and meiosis. Production of the gametes is meiosis, and which division is involved for the production of the gametes means meiosis. The use of the mitosis is for the growth and development of the organism. So the from the pollen mother cell, after the division of after the first and second meiotic division, it will give the pollen grain. Pollen grain, it is the microspore or pollen grain. So pollen grain, and this pollen grain undergoes the mitotic division, and it will give the one cell, it will give the 2 cell, because from the mitosis we will get only 2 nucleus from the 1 nucleus. By the meiosis we will get the 4 nucleus from the 1 nucleus. So that is the basic information, and the microspores will use the 2 nucleus. The one is the generative nucleus and another one is the vegetative nucleus, and this generative nucleus again divided into the 2 again will give the 2 sperm nucleus, and the among these 2 sperm nucleus, one will goes on to mate with the egg cell, and another one will mate with the dinucleus ma. That is another that is the fertilizer phenomena. So here the production of the, generally in examination they will ask in at which stage pollen will release from the anthers, or pollen grain will release from the anthers. So this is the question. You should listen carefully ma. At which state pollen grain will release from the anthers, means the answer is two nucleus stage ma. Dinucleus stage or two nucleus stage. So in this stage pollen grain or pollen will release from the anthers ma. So you should remember this one ma. And the remaining one, these are the basic terminology ma. And coming to the um, megasporogenesis and megagametogenesis, and from the mega, after the megagametogenesis you will get the embryo shock ma. Embryo shock, this is the macrogametophyte or macrogamet. The procedure is macrogametogenesis, and the product is megagametophytes. So are macrogametophytes. That means this is the female gamete ma. This is the embryo the general term used for this one is embryo shock ma. Embryo shock. And this is the female gamete, and this having the 8 nucleus ma. This having the 8 nucleus and 7 cells ma. 8 nucleus and seven cells by the three mitosis ma. By the three mitosis, the embryo sac will form having the 8 nucleus and 7 cells. And among this, the lower one, the lower 3 cells are called antipodal cells. The upper 3 cells, among the middle one is the egg cell, and the adjacent to the egg cell are the synergies. And this is a polar nucleus. These two polar nucleus will form into the dinucleus or secondary nucleus now. And the sperm gamete, the pollen, the generative nucleus will again gives to the two sperm nucleus. One sperm nucleus will fuse into the egg cell, that is called fertilization. Due to this one will form the zygote, and the another sperm nucleus will mate with this dinucleus, and it will form the endosperm. So how the endosperm will form means, the sperm nucleus will mate into the secondary nucleus or dinucleus. The endosperm will form. So here you can see the pollen will released in at the stage of the binucleus state or dinucleus stage. So you should remember this one ma. This one is important for the examination purpose ma. And you should know what is the triple fusion ma. Triple fusion. So triple fusion means fusion of the male sperm, male gamete. I already told this one. So here you can see the pollen grain will release it at the two nucleus stage, and among that one nucleus will divide and gives the two sperm nucleus, and the tube nucleus will only involved in the formation of the tube. This tube will help to reach to the embryo sac, and this after that this tube nucleus will be degrade or degenerate, and this remaining these two sperm nucleus. So one nucleus will mate into the secondary nucleus, that is this one dinucleus or secondary nucleus. So one sperm nucleus will fuse with this one. So this process is called triple fusion, and due to this fusion, the endosperm will form. And what is the double fertilization means? This phenomena is also called a double fertilization, because here you can see the one fertilization. The one sperm nucleus will mate with the egg cell, and it will form the zygote. So this is the one fertilization. This another one. This is another one is formation of the endosperm by the by the mating of the sperm cell with secondary nucleus. So you can see the double fertilization. And significance of the sexual reproduction, there is no need that much important for the examination for first month. But generally we are seeing the sugarcane, potato, sweet potato. These are generally propagated by the vegetatively, but you can see the sexual reproduction also in sugarcane, potato, and sweet potato. And coming to the asexual reproduction. So what is the mean by the asexual reproduction? Means the new plants may be developed from the vegetative parts, maybe from the stem or from the leaf or from the roots. So maybe the parts of the plants. So any part of the plant you can grow the new plant without without seed. So that is a asexual reproduction. This is the two types. One is a vegetative reproduction and another one apomixis. All of you know what is the meaning of the vegetative reproduction. I don't want to discuss about that one, but you should remember the example for the vegetative reproduction. So in examination they will ask basics also, and most of the time, so we may be confused on the example for the modifications also. So what is example for the potato is? So example for the tuber is potato. So in examination, I have seen in IFCO. So potato is the modified of stem, root, or stem, root, or flower.
Stem.
What is the answer?
Stem, sir.
Stem. So, but we will see the potato in roots, na. But generally we will pick the root. The answer is root, but answer that one is wrong, ma. The root is wrong, and the right answer is stem, ma. So potato is the modified stem, and the example for the tuber. And bulb means example for the bulb means onion and garlic, and rhizome means ginger and turmeric. So rhizome means here the ginger and turmeric are modified of the root or stem. Which one? Okay. Already here is there, na? Okay, ma. These are all example for the modified roots, ma. But you may be confused about the potato. Potato definitely it is a stem. Should remember. And sometimes they will ask about the example for the comma. That is a bonda and a RV. So this one also will ask in examination. And these subaerial stems, these are not important for that much, but here the most important one is the bulbils. This one is important even JRF, banks, and IFCO. So bulbils are modified flowers. You should remember bulbils are modified flowers or roots or stems. Means bulbils are modified flowers. So these are bulbils are formed from the flowers by the some modifications, and these bulbils you can see in garlic and cardamom also. So example for the bulbils means garlic and cardamom. Here only garlic as given, but cardamom also example for the bulbil production. So bulbil is a modified flower, and root means the sweet potato. Sweet potato. And the conventional method, these are not that much important for the examination purpose, but the next important one is apomixis. Apomixis. So this one is most important for the examination purpose. among this topic. So what is the mean by the apomixis? It is a form of the sexual reproduction, but here you can see this formation of the seed. That means formation of the embryo and formation of the seed, but not production of the, but there is no production of the male and female gamete. But you can there is no production of the zygote, but you can see the embryo and you can see the seed. Generally asexual reproduction, you cannot the you cannot see the seed formation. Asexual means it is propagated by the asexual parts of the plant, or in sometimes sexual part of the part. But in case of the apomixis, you can see the seed formation, seed formed, but embryo developed without fertilization. So embryo developed without fertilization. So apomixis means in examination they will ask like in which of the following, in which of the following the seed are formed without fertilization or without formation of the male and female gamete. Means they will ask, they will give the answers, sexual reproduction, vegetative reproduction, apomixis, all the above. So answer is apomixis ma. So here you can see the seed without formation of the male and female gamete and without fertilization. But how seed and how embryo will develop means, generally you can see the how the embryo will develop from the zygote by the means of the mitotic divisions. So the after the formation of the zygote from the fusion of the male and female gamete, the zygote will undergo to many thousands or lakhs of the mitotic division. It will develop into the embryoma. So but here that means the from the mitotic division, the zygote will form the embryo. Here the embryo will form through the mitotic division from the sexual reproductive cells. It may be from the egg cell, or it may be from the antipodal cell, or it may be from the synergids, or it may be from the direct diploid cell. So this apomixis you can see in only some crops ma. You cannot see in all crops ma. Only you can see in some crops ma. Most of the crucifers and vegetables, in most of the vegetable you can see the apomixis ma. So here you can see the what is the facultative apomixis means. The in facultative apomixis, facultative means it is temporary. Means here you can see the both sexual reproduction and apomixis. But in case of the obligate means permanent. So in obligate apomixis you can see only the apomixis only. There is no formation of the zygote. That means there you cannot see the sexual reproduction. So and types of apomixis ma. This one is important for the examination purpose ma. Here adventitious embryony or polyembryony. So this adventitious or polyembryony means adventitious embryony or polyembryony. The embryo developed directly from vegetative cells of the ovule. The ovule is present in the ovary. So ovule having the different structures. Among the structure, you can see the nucellus, integument, and chalaza. From this, any cells from these parts you will undergo into the mitotic divisions, many mitotic divisions, and that will develop into the embryo without formation of the gametes and without formation of the macro gamete. That means the embryo shaft. So there is no need to the formation of the embryogram, and there is no need to presence of the embryo shaft. Only the diploid cell, that means the diploid cells, this nucleus, integument, and chalaza, these are having the diploid cell. That means these cells are present in the form of the 2n state. 2n state ma. So from this parts, any cell will develop into the embryos, directly embryos. They will not formation of the, there is no formation of the embryo sac ma. Directly the new vegetative cells vegetative cells present in the nucellus integument chalaza directly develop into the embryo. So that is called adventitious embryony or polyembryony. And what is the example for this one is mango and citrus, and these are not that much important, the example, because you cannot remember that one. And apospore, what is the meaning of apospore? So there is slightly difference is there between the adventitious embryony and embryo chakma. Here the vegetative cell present in the oval directly will give directly develop into the embryo. But in case of the apospore, the vegetative cells will form the embryo chakma, embryo sac. That embryo sac is unreduced embryo sac. That means unreduced means generally during the gametogenesis the 2n is reduced into the n. So gametes are present in the form of the n state. But in case of the apospore, the embryo sac will develop. It will be developed, but it is present in state of the 2n ma, not n, 2n. But in case of the adventitious embryony, you cannot see the embryo sac. You can see direct embryo from the vegetative cell. But here the embryo sac will develop from the vegetative cell. That means the embryo sac, what are the parts of the embryo sac means, and what are the cells are present in the embryo sac means, we already seen that embryo sac having the one egg cell and two synergids and secondary nucleus and three antipodal cells. So it will form the vegetative cell form the embryo sac, and among this embryo sac, this unreduced, the 2n embryo sac, the egg cell present between the synergids will develop into the embryo. So that is called aposporima. So here you can see the difference ma. You may be confused, so you can clear about this one ma. Adventitious embryony means the embryo will develop directly from the vegetative cell. But in case of the apospore, first embryo sac will develop. After that, the egg cell present in that embryo sac will grow into the embryo. So that is the difference between the adventitious embryony and aposporima. And the another one, diplospore. Diplospore means the embryo sac. The embryo sac developed from the megaspore. Here in apospore, the embryo sac developed from the vegetative cell. But in case of the in diplospore, you can see the parthenogenesis and apogamy. In this both, the embryo sac will form. So the embryo sac you can see in apospore, diplospore. But in case of the adventitious embryony, you cannot see embryo sac. You can see the development of the embryo. So in case of this two, apospore and diplospore, you can see the embryo sac. But in apospore, the embryo sac you can see the state of the embryo sac is 2n. But in case of the diplospore, you can see the state of the condition, the ploidy level of the embryo sac is n. That is a haploid. Here you can see the diploid embryo sac. You can see the haploid embryo sac here. So embryo sac is produced from the megaspore, which may be haploid in generally haploid and this one is again two types one is the parthenogenesis, another one is apogamy. So parthenogenesis means the embryo sac will develop from the egg cell that having the end state so the the development of the embryo from the egg cell of haploid embryo sac. So haploid embryo sac, it is called parthenogenesis. And what is the apogamy means? the development of the embryo from the synergids. These are present adjustment between the embryo egg cell and antipodal cells. These are the opposite cells of the synergids. So the formation of the embryo from the synergids or antipodal cell is called apogamy. Is called apogamy. So these are the this these four are important for the examination. So adventitious embryony means the embryo is directly developed from the vegetative cell of the ovule. Apospory means here you can see the embryo sac. It is developed from the vegetative cell, and in the egg cell in that embryo sac will grows into the embryo. And parthenogenesis means here you can see the haploid embryo sac. In that embryo sac, the egg cell directly developed into the embryo. That is called parthenogenesis. Apogamy means
అవి కూడా పెట్టేసా ఇంకా.
So apogamy means the synergids and antipodal cell developed into the embryo. So the remaining part in the embryo sac. So if you have the image of the embryo sac, you can easily understand the apomixis. So here you can see. So the development of the embryo from the ovule, the tissue present in the ovule, that means chalaja, the parts of the embryo, the vegetative cell, that is the embryo directly will form from the diploid cell. So the embryo will form directly from the diploid cell of the ovary is called adventitious embryony. And apospory means the embryo sac will develop from the vegetative cell of the ovule, and among that the egg cell will form the embryo, that is called apospory. And parthenogenesis means the embryo sac of the haploid, and in that embryo sac of haploid, the egg cell here, the egg cell will form if the egg cell will form the embryo is called parthenogenesis. Other than this egg cell, the synergids are antipodal cells. So from anywhere, so from these five, from any one of these five cells will form the embryo, that is called apogamy. So that is about the apomixis. And that is called apomixis. And what are the applications of the apomixis? Generally, this is also important for the examination. So it is mainly used in the fixation of the heterosis, apomixis, because heterosis means it is a phenomena mainly involved in the hybrid production, because hybridization means the crossing between the two different plants or two varieties or two lines. We will get the F1. If we will go to commercial cultivation of that F1 is called hybrid. So generally the F1, the hybrid, the farmer can grow only in one generation. The hybrids, the farmer can grow only one generation. So farmer definitely they will purchase hybrid seed in every year, because after the 1 year you cannot use the hybrids for the cultivation, for the sowing purpose. So if the apomix is present in that condition, in that hybrids, it may be it will not break the heterosis phenomena. So the if the apomix is present in case of developed hybrids, you can use that hybrid in n number of the generation. Otherwise you cannot use the more than one generation, the hybrids. That is the that means it is mainly involved in the fixation of the heterosis. What are the phenomena involved in the fixation of heterosis means, one is the apomixis, another one is polyploidy, another one is balance and lethal system. These are the phenomena involved in the fixation of the heterosis. And the vegetative reproduction also, ma. That one also involved in the fixation of the heterosis, ma. And these are involved in the production of the homozygous lines. How means, because here you can see the seed from the apomixis will come from the only female plants, only female organs. That means that having the only characters of the female, only having the character of the female. So mostly it is used for the production of the homozygous line, and it is also production of the hybrid. So this one is important for the examination purpose. And some generally you heard about the term of the hybrid, but the hybrid term also important for the examination. And what is the meaning of hybrid mean? Crossing of the two facultative apomictic lines. Facultative means temporary apomixis. That means here in this types of the crops you can see the sexual reproduction and apomixis also. So in types of the facultative apomictic lines, here you can see the sexual reproduction and apomatic apomixis also. So the crossing between these two facultative apomixis lines is called hybrid. So you should remember this one, ma. This one is important for the examination purpose. So this is about the reproduction and types of the modes of the reproduction, ma. And what is the macrogametogenesis, megagametogenesis, microsporogenesis, megasporogenesis, and types of the vegetative reproduction and types of the apomixis. So in this topic, the generally they will ask about this hybrid, and this fixation of apomixis. In examination they will ask which of the following phenomena are involved in the fixation of the heterosis. One is vegetative reproduction, apomixis, and balance and lethal system, and all the above. So answer is all the above, ma. And what is apogamy? Apogamy means the embryo developed from the synergids and antipodal cell is called apogamy. This one also important. And parthenogenesis, the embryo developed from the egg cell. Egg cell is called parthenogenesis. And apospory. Apospory means the embryo sac will develop from the vegetative cell, and the egg cell will give the embryo, that is called apospory. And adventitious embryony means the embryo directly developed from the vegetative cells of the oval is called adventitious embryony. This one also important. And this bulbils, the example for the bulbils, one is garlic, another one is cardamom. And what is the bulbils are the modified flowers. This one also important, and this one also. What are the example for the tuber, potato, bulb, onion, garlic, rhizome, ginger, turmeric, and these are the modified stem. And when the at which stage pollen will release means at a dinucleus stage, so that one also important, so this is about the modes of reproduction, If you have any doubts you can ask now,
If you have any doubts, you can ask now. And get ready for the next class. It's an irrigation agronomy. For now, if you have any doubts regarding with this lecture, you can ask some questions. Okay, sir, thank you. There is no more questions from student sides.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Students, now you can leave the channel and get ready for the next class, irrigation agronomy. Thank you.